I want to welcome you back to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. That's right, you got me again. There's nobody else around. No, just me. So you got me. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere.
I dare to be different. 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 I dare. I dare. I dare to be different. I dare to be different.
Welcome back to the show. You can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podcasts, wherever, YouTube, Dream Chasers Radio, and Amazon Fire Stick. I am thankful because I have done all of that, but yet still can't conquer some other stuff. So pray for me in a positive way. Here we go. All right, guys. I have a great show for you today, and I have a writer. You guys know being a writer is not easy because it's like you're by yourself. You're writing by yourself. Your imagination's going wild, and it's always great to have someone there. But in the end, you have to be happy with what product you bring forth from your own, imagination. And I have Ross Victory here, and she's going to tell me how she got started and all the good stuff about being a writer. Also, she does a couple of other things that I might be able to get out of her. And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello. It's exciting to be here.
Oh, it's exciting to have you. So tell me about yourself, because you're not just a writer, girlfriend. You do a lot of different things. And I mean, you kind of, how do you say, you used to be this thick and now you're that thin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So I write, do some screenwriting, podcasting, filmmaking, directing, editing. And then I also work a normal day job.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So super busy. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. You have spread yourself thin, girlfriend. So what is a day in the life with you like?
So I would like to say it's pretty normal, pretty calm. I'm an Aquarius, and I don't know how many Aquariuses you know or the personality types, but for me, it's pretty chill. I mean, I'm constantly on the go, constantly on the move. So I get up in the mornings early. I do yoga and I meditate like every morning, go to my day job, which is a very demanding sort of crazy. I'm a director over an energy program. And so it's very fast paced and crazy. So I'm there, and then I leave and come home, cook dinner, clean, and then I get on my computer and I start working on all of my creative stuff, which lately has been writing these books. And then when we're podcasting, that's usually we're kind of crazy because we do that like in 2 days. We might record like 6 episodes back to back to back. So it's pretty hectic. I keep busy, but there's like a nice sense of calm in all the craziness. It's like controlled chaos.
I gotcha. I got a lot of chaos. Controlling chaos, I don't know, but chaos.
Is that a thing? That's an oxymoron, but yeah, it's controlled
Yeah,
chaos.
definitely. Wow. So, okay, so writing, do you sing?
Do I sing? Not well. I mean, so I love karaoke.
Ah,
I can carry a note, carry a tune, but I can't sing.
okay.
No.
Is that a getaway for you? Like, okay, so I find that people like you and I who have a lot of different things on our plates, we have a regular and then we have our creative, to get away. What is your getaway like?
Actually, my getaway is nature. I love being by the water. Literally every other weekend, I go down. I live in Texas, so I go down on the coast to the beach, and I love being outdoors by the water. Like I will spend 5-6 hours, like on a Saturday, just at the beach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's like a good getaway for me anywhere, anytime I can be by the water or anytime I can be in nature. And I love to meditate and be quiet. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, that's like a good getaway, honestly.
Right. That's nice. That's nice. It's good to get away.
Yeah,
Does that help you creatively to kind of reset?
it does. It does a lot. I'm when I create, like I really like to be alone and I create in total silence.
Mm-hmm.
So getting away, whether it's like going to a hotel or I love being outside writing. That's always it just like opens my creativity. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it does. Yeah.
I think so. When I get away, I usually close down shop for a couple of days, and I kind of get away. When I come back, I feel fresh, I feel relaxed, I feel renewed, and I feel like as if I have more, more to give because I've taken
Mhm.
that time to, just to kind of get away from all of this. So tell me about your books. Tell me about your book. Tell me about, all the things that you're doing writing, because I mean that to me, writers. Because oh girlfriend, you gotta have that. You gotta have it. If you don't have it, don't write. Please don't.
Oh man. So writing, I love to write. Like I've been writing since junior high is when I first started. I wrote my first poem in junior high in 7th grade. We actually we read the poem Death Be Not Proud
Mm-hmm.
by John Donne, and we had to write a poem in that similar style. And that was the first thing I ever wrote, and I just really discovered, oh my gosh, I like writing, and I never stopped. So I was always writing like short stories and things for my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I got older, it was kind of like you need to go to school for something that's going to make you money. So I actually went to school and got a degree in international business, and then was kind of just writing for myself. And I started writing fan fiction, all of this stuff, and then was like, let me just start writing books. But the book that I just put out, it is a YA novel. It's called Dare.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, what can I compare it to? I guess, have you know the show Gossip Girl? It was on like, I don't know, years ago, I guess a couple years ago.
No, I don't watch TV. It's
Well,
really
I don't
bad.
anymore really, but I used to. But it's kind of like if they know what Gossip Girl is, it's kind of like that. Basically, it takes place in an elite boarding school in Texas Hill Country. I created this whole boarding school environment where my main character, I'm originally from Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So writers, a lot of times, we draw on things in our life.
Right.
So my main character is from Nebraska, and some unfortunate circumstances takes her to Texas, and she's in this elite boarding school in this new environment with these super wealthy children who are entitled and just mean. But what's important to them is sort of family legacy and maintaining that power and wealth. And so these kids sort of govern themselves and manage themselves in this world because they're at this boarding school and they're almost like little adults. And so she's sort of thrust into that world as an outsider. and they have this big annual dare party that they do, thus the name of the book, where sort of the climax starts to happen, where she attends this party. Some bad things happen. And of course she has to decide to do the right thing, the wrong thing, all while trying to fit in with these wealthy kids who, by the way, will do anything and everything to maintain their family legacy.
Wow.
They have no bounds. And so she doesn't come from that world, and she's a good person.
Right.
Until she's put into this environment, and then she has to decide what to do.
Right.
But it's a lot of, it's definitely YA leaning more toward new adult, because it's they're all like 17, and there's some scenes in there that are a little bit more adult, I guess, because they're these teenagers governing themselves like adults.
Right.
But,
yeah. Wow, girl, you went whole life story there. What? Oh my gosh. But that's like the imagination of a writer. That's what I was saying. It's like, you guys have to have that imagination. You have to have that vision. You have to have the character. Do you really get into the characters? Do you live like the characters would live? Do you go through that whole thing?
I don't live like they live, but my characters, when I start writing a story, they I may outline it, but what ends up happening is they take the story wherever they want to go, which is a little frustrating, but I just kind of let it happen, because I'm like, fine, forget my outline. They're just going to go and do what they want to do, and they sort of take a life of their own.
Right.
I don't sort of become them, but what I do, so when I'm writing YA, I immerse myself in all things like YA, whether it's different books that I read. I will start to watch YA TV shows, things like that, just immerse myself in that whole world, and so that I stay in that mind frame. That's kind of how I work. Right.
Sweet. It's interesting. It really is interesting, because storylines and all that can be very complex, and you have to really have the insight to do it. And I think that, I put my head down sometimes, because I'm really thinking, could I do that? Could I really be a writer? I mean, did you ever really, really believe that you would be releasing a book and that you would be an official published writer?
Not until sometime, probably like a year or two ago. I kind of had thought that, yeah, it can happen. It's going to happen. So before that, no, I love to write, but I was just writing for myself or writing fan fiction. And there was a time when people had to pry my writing from me to read it, because I was just like, no, I don't want anybody to read it.
Yeah.
But I think I sort of grew more into my craft and became more confident as a creative. And so it became less far-fetched the more I wrote, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. And this book is interesting because I wrote it in 3 months. That's the fastest I've ever written any story from beginning to end.
Wow,
I was really determined.
Fast. Yeah, that is really fast. Well, where can people get you? Where can people see the book? Where can they purchase the book?
They can purchase it on Amazon right now. It's available in ebook, on Kindle, and paperback. I may put it on my website, but for now, just on Amazon.
I got you. Well, man, let me tell you something. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. What is the name of the book?
It's called Dare, a Bradford Academy novel.
Nice. Bradford Academy. Sounds prestigious to me. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Tracy. I appreciate it. You guys, all you have to do is just go ahead. The information will be in the description box below. You know how we do it. Just go ahead and click. It'll take you straight there. And go ahead and purchase that book, because guess what? We need to support each other, and need novels and things like that, and all this good juicy stuff about growing up. Yeah, we probably need to refresh. Us parents that are having children kind of almost becoming empty nesters, we really need to read a book like that, because that kind of shows us what our children are going through right now. And I think that that would kind of refresh our memories on how bad we really were. All right, guys. Thank you again so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Anytime. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dream Chasers Radio. And until next time, guys, you guys know what I've been saying. I've been saying it for a long time. If you don't know by now, that means you're new. And thank you. But don't forget to dare to be different. Oh, bye.
I dare to be different. 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 I dare.